Being human is weird, man. We almost never feel like doing the things that are good for us. We almost never feel like doing the things that we need to do to move towards our goals. And this is a realization I had again a few days ago after waking up and just feeling terrible. I think mainly because of poor diet choices and lack of sleep. But I realized I needed to take some deep breaths. My breaths were super shallow and short. And I know from my own experience that if I take deep breaths and stretch out my diaphragm or whatever, that I feel better. And I didn't want to take deep breaths because it's mildly uncomfortable. However, I did it because I knew how it would feel after. It's the same reason I exercise. I primarily do it because I know I feel better afterwards, but I almost never feel like doing the thing that I need to do. And people resist change in many big ways, but we resist change like that in the smallest ways, like just changing how I'm breathing in the moment, changing my state of being to at rest to moving. Like we resist the smallest amounts of change that actually improve us and make a tangible difference, like a different quality of feeling in our experience and in our life. Like when you're in a good mood, you don't feel like changing it, obviously, and that makes sense because why would you want to feel worse? But when we're in a bad mood, when I'm in a bad mood, I often don't feel like changing either. You would think that logically I would want to do whatever I could, but the behavior required to change is not a natural product of the state that is creating the negative feeling. The natural behavioral product of a negative state is more actions that produce that same feeling. It's like we get trapped in the gravity of our decisions. We get trapped in the orbit of the consequences of negative actions. Those negative actions drag us down, create negative feelings, and then we're trapped in that gravity and orbit, that cycle. And it's crazy that just one action during the day or the night before, or just one decision can take you off course. If I start my day scrolling or start my day lounging, watching Netflix, or start my day eating something unhealthy, the following action, the next decision or actions I take, are they less likely to be bad decisions or more likely to be bad decisions? They're more likely to be actions and decisions related to the action I just took. So if I'm starting my day in a negative way, then the path of least resistance becomes to continue down that path, which has more doors for bad decisions. And of course, one action is not guaranteed to like stunt us and keep us stuck. But my main point is what is more likely to happen from that initial decision? You're more likely to make another bad decision. And bad is subjective here. I'm saying good and bad in reference to how they align with your vision and your goals, like good and bad in the sense of do they move you toward where you want to go or away from where you're trying to go. And I went through a time a couple years ago where I thought like all of this type of information was stupid, like that it was basic. I wanted real tactical knowledge. I guess like the hard skills, the strategies, exactly what I needed to do and to know to get to where I wanted to go. But I guess these are kind of like the soft skills. It's harder to describe and harder to explain, and they're subtle and nuanced, but like it's the foundation for everything. Because if you're running around with weights on your ankles, if you're moving around tired, if you're going through your workday without your clarity of mind and focus, and you're quite literally feel like you're being pulled down and you have to try to focus, like you're at a huge disadvantage, not only with the people you're competing with, but like even just with yourself, competing with your lower self or the devil on your shoulder or whatever. And the reason I find this information important now is because, like, what is life other than a bunch of individual actions and decisions strung together throughout a day or a week or a year? And what is the realization of a goal other than those positive choices added up over minutes, days, and years? It's just crazy to me that a big part of me doesn't really want to do the things that'll get me to where I want to go. Like, it is like there's two parts of me. One that says I don't want to do that, and one that wants something more and wants something better. So which part of me is holding me back? And I think this ties in pretty well to immediate gratification and pleasure seeking leading to pain in the long term, and then the opposite of doing the work now, doing the things that you know will make you feel better, leading to longer lasting pleasure or fulfillment later. And it's cool to have an example of how immediate gratification can hurt you, because I personally feel terrible after I eat something that's doesn't jive with my body. Like, if I eat a huge meal, I feel lethargic and tired and want to take a nap, and I don't like that feeling because I like being alert and focused and in the present moment, whether I'm with family and friends or with working. And it's a stark, noticeable difference. If your mind is telling you that you don't want to do something, it's probably the thing you need to do to get to where you want to go. And I heard this in the past also, and I don't know why it annoyed me. I guess maybe because I thought, yeah, okay, that's fine, but I still don't want to do it. But maybe just also realizing that, like, if you want to get there, then it doesn't really matter if you want to do it or not. Or you can view it as you actually do want to do it, because do you want to get to the top of the mountain? Then you need to do the things that get you there. And just another angle or perspective that I kind of already mentioned, but like, I don't like the fact that a part of me, a part of my mind is telling me I don't want to do that. Like, I hear it in my mind sometimes, I feel it, but I see the thought sometimes, and I don't like the idea, or I don't like the fact that something in me is trying to stop me from being what I want to be. Like, I have enough, we have enough obstacles and things in life trying to stop us. What the hell is my own mind trying to stop me for? I don't like that. So I guess I just use that as motivation to be like, I don't care if you don't want to do it. It kind of like just pisses me off. But anyways, I have a PR and marketing company. If you feel like checking it out, please do. Links in the description. If you don't, then cool. Peace.